default options are same. So here you see, we don't have other symbols. We can configure only these symbols. So I will remove that. Yeah. So let's create here an unordered list. So UL is for unordered list. And this unordered list, so we are defining list items. So like home, like about, like contact, that. And this is unordered list. By default, you can see it will give you the symbols and display the list with the help of symbols. It is just like a bulleted list. We call it as a bulleted list. So with the bullet symbols, so it's taking a little time. Let's check that here. Some problem in launching the browser. Once I will check that. Right. Okay, fine. It is there. So this is unordered list. You can see bullet symbols will come. So the attributes for this unordered list, you can keep here. Unordered list have attribute type. Nothing else you can define. Only type option is there. You can put like square. By default, it is disk symbol. By default, it will have a disk symbol. You can put that as square. The square will come. And you can see here, so we can use like circle. So circle. And here it is going to display a circle. And here you can add as disk. By default, it is disk. By default, it is disk. It is going to display that disk. By default, it is going to display disk. Only these symbols you can add. So not anything else. Only these symbols we can add. So that's generally you see in websites, hand symbols, star symbols, different symbols will come. Those we have to add with CSS. Directly you cannot define them. So with CSS we can add. So for example, suppose we want to add a symbol of our own. This can be nested. Nested same. Suppose inside this home and I said categories. So this is categories. We have categories. Inside categories, we have another unordered list. And in this, we are defining list item. So here we defined as, suppose, electronics and footwear like this. Footwear. And for this, we can use type as square. Type is equal to square. And this will give you the appearance for that. And that is the square. That means it is a nested. And it is defined with nested. So we can add the nested list. We can add the nested list. So we can see this is nested list. This is nested list. And you can add Only 3 levels of numbering are there. If you want your own symbols, then what you can do is, if you want your own symbols, then you can define by using CSS. So this is ordered list or unordered list. By using CSS, you can keep your own images actually. So for example, first we will create one image. We will open MS Paint. In MS Paint, you cannot create a large image. You have to adjust the page size. Small symbol. This is the symbol here. And I am changing the zoom size here. You see, this is a very small size. It's very small, some 20, 21 size bullet you have. And here we are giving, and here we are defining the line thickness and all. And I will create some like star or so symbols are there any. Suppose I given that here star. That is the star. And some color. So for that. And inside that we will fill up with some color. And this is one bullet. This is very small. That's the bullet symbol actually we created. We can create our own bullet symbols. So now this bullet symbol we will save into our website folder. Into the website physical path, we have to save that symbol. Online, you can get so many symbols. You can go Google and search bullet symbols, so many will come. You can draw your own symbols. You can search for symbols. You can download those pictures. So like hand symbol, like star symbols, even GIF animated symbols will be there, right? You can use them. Initially, this is our project related folder location is C drive, and this is 4 p.m. In that assets, I'm saving this as bullet. So it's a bullet PNG file. Okay. If I want to use that to our icons here, to our list here, generally what we do is, in the style we have to write. In the style we have to write unordered list. For unordered list, we have to define an option, list style image. Others you will learn in CSS. List style image. It uses an URL. List style image uses an URL. So URL specifies the path, so where the image is present. .. It is in assets. In assets, we have bullet.png. Now unordered list will use this as bullet symbol. We have to use list style image. So we can keep a different bullet symbol. For nested also, you can give an ID and you can apply that. So size very important. You can see this is bullet symbol. I can adjust the font size for that list items. So suppose I said font size as 21 pixels. That means unordered list, the font size is 21 pixels. And you can see it will give you that size here. So you can see the size will increase. You can do everything with CSS. Size, space, adjustments you can do. You have now your own symbols. Yeah, you have now your own symbols. So for that, we have to just use this attribute. You have to configure this attribute. So technically, unordered list will provide only 3 types: circle, disk, and square. Now, when you are using list type image, you can use this for ordered list also. For order list or unordered list, you can use this list style image. You can keep your own image as the bullet symbol. And URL, first you have to design. You can Google, several bullet symbols will come. You can search for bullet icons. So you can download them and you can use them. So this is basically how to design the content. So how we can create an ordered list and unordered list. You can create a combination of both ordered and unordered list. That means combination of both ordered and unordered list you can create. Generally, combination of ordered and unordered list means you can create like this. We have an ordered list item, so HTML, and another list item, JavaScript. So in this ordered list under HTML, we have unordered list. So we have list item like void elements, like RC data elements like this. So that means we can have a combination of any level. First level can be symbol, second level can be number, third level can be symbol, number, anything. You can add a combination also, a nested. So just you have to define. So under a list item, you have to configure that unordered list. This type you can change. You can change type is equal to square. That means now the type of that particular unordered list inside that list item will be square. That means it is going to display in that symbol. That symbol will come for that. You can have a combination of both. So the ordered and unordered list, right? So how we can keep our own symbols. But many times in real world projects, so many, generally people ask this question. So in real world projects, they say that, sir, I have seen every item can have a different symbol, or every item also can have a different symbol, but that is not done with ordered list or unordered list. Every list item can have a different symbol, but that is not done with ordered and unordered list. So that means generally you see here, I have some Flipkart. Let's open this Flipkart. So when we go into this Flipkart, so when I open this Flipkart, so here what you can do is, so in this you can observe, suppose I have this more. In that more you have some items. So we have designed some items here. So when we click when I click on that more, a menu will open there, and you can see some options inside that. So wait, right? You can see some options inside this. So like appointment, like notifications, alerts, and messages. All such options will be displayed inside it. Some problem here, yeah. Okay, you can see that when I click on more, you see notifications, preferences, sell on Flipkart, and here customer care, advertised down. These are list items only, but how one symbol, different symbol they will get. Actually, that we have to manually design. We have to manually design that. So then you can get it. How to manually design? So how we can create that? By default, you cannot get every list item with a different symbol. For that, we need separate symbols. Generally for websites, what we do is, for websites, we are going to use a separate symbols related font. We use symbol related font. So we call it as Fontawesome. So I will show you how to use Fontawesome. Fontawesome. This is very popular and very regularly used in websites. So it is a third party. We have to download and copy this into our project. Fontawesome provides a library of symbols, icons, images. All these are present in the Fontawesome. It have two options. It have premium options. It have free options also. That means you can purchase and use them, or you can freely use. Free, some options they provide. Purchase, then so many they will provide. So we can use the free version, that is enough for us. We can handle with the free version, that is enough for us. Right, so let's see how to download and use this Fontawesome. I will show you. Now hereafter, everywhere we can use them. We can design and we can work with them. So let's see how to handle that, how we can design that. So Fontawesome. So what to do here is, let's go. Now here, first, how we have to download and install Fontawesome. Visit the official website www.fontawesome.com. This is the official website of Fontawesome. So that is fontawesome.com. This is the official website. Now, in this, you have to go to the option. So start for free. Actually, you have Pro. Pro means you have to purchase. You can click on start for free. And you can select this start for free. And it will show you those options available. So you see, so we have download. There is an option, download Fontawesome by yourself. You have to download the Fontawesome. We need to download the Fontawesome and use that Fontawesome. So generally, so I will click on the download and the Fontawesome comes. And in this, you can see, this is the Fontawesome. The process in the notes I given to you, step by step, including the website address also, go through it. Okay, now? In our notes, everything is present. Right. Right. Now, here I will click on download Fontawesome for free. And so the Fontawesome will be downloaded for our website. Fontawesome is downloaded here onto the PC. Yes, you can see the Fontawesome zip file is downloaded here. So you have to extract that zip file. So let's go to the downloads folder. And in the downloads folder, you will find that Fontawesome folder zip file is there. You have to extract the Fontawesome zip file. They will provide you ready-made so many CSS. So here, already this is Fontawesome. You have to right-click and you have to extract that. So right-click and extract the Fontawesome. Already I have this extracted, right? Let's see. So you can extract this Fontawesome, and you can copy all the files extracted once, and you have to paste them in your project physical path. There is another technique also. Okay, so am I audible? Is it having a problem in just disconnected for a while? Is it okay now? Am I audible to everyone? Just disconnected for a while. Is it okay? Good. Fine. Okay. Yes. Now let's extract this. So we need to right click and extract. We need to extract. And it will extract the Fontawesome. So completely here. Yes to all. It is extracting all the files. And once the folder is extracted and completed, now we have to go into that folder, copy all the files and paste them into our project. Later in future, you will learn other techniques like by downloading them by using NPM like softwares. We will learn about that. We will learn and we will see about that. So initially, when we are developing a website, we need a lot of icons, symbols, and all. All these type of icons, symbols, images, you can get some majority you can get from Fontawesome. If Fontawesome is not providing certain symbols, you can depend on other third parties also. Other third parties like we have Bootstrap, Material UIs, and we have several other options. By using them, you can implement. So by using them, we can implement. So Fontawesome is very popular among developers. So you have to use this Fontawesome. So every day in our examples, we are going to implement that, the Fontawesome related. Okay, so it is because so many files. Yeah, extraction completed. And I have this Fontawesome and open this Fontawesome folder. Remember, just do as I showed you. Don't copy this folder. You open that folder and copy these subfolders, all of them. You select them, Control A, and copy. Copy all of them and go to your project location. Our project location is in C drive. So the 4 p.m. folder. So we have the 4 p.m. full stack folder. In that, create a new folder. Create a new folder and give the folder name as fonts. In that fonts folder, you paste all the copied files. So whatever you extracted and copied, you have to paste all of them. So many icons and symbols will be there. They are all related contents are copied here. So we have to download and copy all this and define. Okay, this is ready here. So we are downloading everything. So we have to go to Fontawesome and download this step-by-step process I given in the notes. You can go through that clearly how I given in the note. Now, once all are copied, these symbols are kept in a CSS file. All the symbols are kept in a CSS file. That CSS file is present in this CSS folder. In the CSS folder, there will be a file called all.css. This file we have to put in our pages. So copy. So let's close this now. So let's close this. And now we will go to the page. In the page, we have to link. In this page, we have to link. Here we have to link the files. So what are the files to be linked? What are the files to be linked? That means in the head section, we need to link the CSS file. So how to link the CSS file here? So the CSS file is nothing but we have to create a link. Relation is equal to style sheet and href is equal to node. So here we have to use, remember relation I told you for favorite icons relation we have to give as shortcut icon. We have to give as shortcut icon. And for CSS, we have to use style sheet. We have to use style sheet. So style sheet and href. Href is equal to, /. It is present in a fonts folder. In the fonts folder, you will have all.css. You have to link that file. That is the style sheet. We need to link that style sheet. So relation style sheet and href is to this. So once you linked this, so the style sheet is linked. Now we can use the symbols in our page. How to use the symbols? Actually, the CSS file, all.css file, will contain some CSS classes. So we have to keep that in any container, like you can write in a div, or you can keep in a span, you can keep in a paragraph, anywhere in a container. You can add here a class, and in the class you can define here as FA. FA is for Fontawesome. That is the base class, and space, and the icon names. So the icon names will be class names actually. We will have like FA home. It will get home icon. Like you can write class FA suppose email. So like that symbols, we have that. How do we know these symbols? In the beginning days when you are learning, you have to search for the symbols in the official website. In their website, you can search for the symbol. You can get the class names, and those you can use in your project. After a few days, you will remember some class names. You can directly use them. For example, see what I am designing here. So here, first I am creating an unordered list. In that list item, I am writing like notifications. Okay, and here emails, and like missed calls. Like this, we have some options. Notifications, emails, missed calls. And all these, generally, you will see that just ordinary symbols. Now I want to remove the bullet symbol. To remove the bullet symbol, in the style, we can write a style. In the style, we have to use unordered list. List style as style, list style as none, list style as none. We have to use none. That means the symbol will be removed. Now I want a notification symbol. You can go to official website of Fontawesome, and here you can search for the icons. You see search icons, search option is there. You click there and search as notification. And you can see that it will show you some icons related to notification, some symbols. So you can search for the icon you want, and that notification related symbol it will show. And which symbol you want to use for your project, means you want to use for your content. That symbol you have to choose. Actually, if you know the icon name, directly you can write, which I already showed you here. Suppose in that first item, suppose we will go to the first item here, and list item. Here I am giving home. So beside that home, I am using span. Now, you don't need to have a doubt like, can I have a div or a span? Already I told you. Why I am using span? Why I am giving span? Because we want to keep the content beside it. Symbol beside it, then span. If you use a div or a paragraph or something else, what it will do? It will keep below. So that's the reason we are using a span. For this span, we are adding the class as FA and FA-home. That's how we have to write. So it's very important. You have to follow the rule. The base class is FA, or you can use FAS also. FA is enough, the base class. This is the icon related name. Generally, this you have to get from, so this website, you see, for notification, some icons came. So they given some list of icons here for notification. You can go through these icons, and some are not highlighted properly. So that means they are pro. Pro means you have to purchase them, license required. Others are okay. That means you have SMS, bell, okay. I click on that bell symbol. And it will show the class name. You see the class name. So the class name is FAS, FA Bell. For Fontawesome, FA is enough. Of course, if they recommend FAS, you use FAS. But FA is the base class, that is enough. So some symbols are not present in FA. You have to use FAS like that. Initially, this is FAS, FA Bell. Then what we have to do is, once we know that, then you can go here and we can put here the notifications. Here, you can write for this LI also. Class is equal to FA and FA Bell. So for email, I am writing here, class is equal to FA, some mail, some bulk. Sometimes we write like this. So which may be spelling wrong, or there is no icon by that name. So then it will not display. You see here, so when I go to the page, now the icons, the home, notifications, all these icons need to display them. So if they are not displayed, then the reason behind this will be, so many reasons will be there. First reason, where you keep your fonts and where you are accessing them, the location is not correct. Already I have a wrong location. Why? Because just to show you, I given this. The link actually, it is not fonts all. In fonts, you have a CSS folder. So because many people come with complaint immediately, that's the reason for such people, I am showing that there might be mistake in your path. There might be mistake in your class names. There might be mistake how you are writing them. There might be mistake in the names, like, so it is not a free one, you are trying to use it. So any of these problems, the symbol will not come. Actually, the href, it is present in a folder called CSS. In CSS, you have all.css. And you have these symbols. Now you can see its location is correctly configured. And you can see those symbols will come. So notifications, and home. So generally, we can keep here directly inside this. Mail is not coming. While mail is not coming, you see, if you keep like this, then some space here, okay. So mail is not coming because you see, mail is not there. Why mail is not there? Because it's may not be there by this name at all. So that means when you are writing that FA and FA, so we have to use the class name correctly. For example, see here, let's go here and we search for, so mail. So we search for mail. And for mail, some icons will come, some symbols it will display. And in that, you see this is mail. Suppose I can use this envelope. Usually the name itself tells that it is envelope. Envelope is enough, right? That's the name. And here I can use FA envelope. So envelope, we are defining that name. And you can see that symbol here. So spelling envelope. And now you see that. So some spelling mistake is there inside it. Now it will display that. Emails. We are configuring directly and defining that here. So alignments issues will come, especially when you keep in these list items like this. You see here it is a list item, but this envelope class may be keeping the content side by side. Then you have a lot of problem in the alignments. That's the reason we have an habit of not writing directly inside this. So what we have an habit here is inside list items, inside paragraphs, we don't prefer. We just use a simple span or div. And in the span, I am configuring the class and FA and FA bell. And here we are using the class span, and here we are adding the class. So FA envelope. And here we are using the class, so span. So that is the class and FA like phone. So we have phone. Those symbols are defined and it should display them. That is basically how you create and access different icons. We can change the appearance. For list item, wherever list item is there, I defined width as 200 pixels and I defined padding as 10 pixels. So background color as some light gray, like this I defined. So so margin bottom as 5 pixel, some spaces I am defining. That means for every list item we configured that and it will display in this way. So the home, notifications, email, missed calls. We can keep the symbols and we can configure them and define them. You have Facebook symbols, Twitter symbols, icons and all. I will give you one task based on that. You try to do that. One simple task based on that. But first you should able to download Fontawesome. And you have to configure the Fontawesome perfectly in your computers. Then you can try that. I will give you one task you try. Task is nothing but, so go to see. It's not necessary that I need text. Without text, only symbols also you can display. If you remove the text, it will be only symbol. So I want you to try like this. So suppose what you will try is you do one thing here. You try to create, fine. You try to create a bar like this. Suppose some websites like some Inox movies. Okay, suppose. So we have some website. In the websites, many times you will see there will be a social networking bar actually. So many websites, they will give you a social networking bar. So the purpose of that social networking bar is nothing but the intention of the social networking bar so that you can share. So you can send mail or share, like options are provided. The position I will show you where it is available. The position I will show you. So suppose this is a simple website here. Okay, you see right side you have a bar. Right side, we have an icon bar. Right side, bottom corner, we have an icon bar. So that right side corner, the icon bar contains Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube. These symbols are present. These icons are present. I want you to design that small bar and keep it at that location only in a page. You don't need to design rest of page, that you will do later. But initially, I want you to design that bar and keep it at that location only. That means rest of page will be scrolling, but that will be there itself. That bar will be there itself. I hope you can try that now. You can try that, right? So you know how to keep the position, right? You can try this. You know how to keep the position. Position fixed. It should not scroll. Am I right? It should not scroll. So you have to keep the position fixed. And you need to create those icons. Not sticky. Not sticky, fixed, right? Because it should scroll locking should be there. It should be locked there. It will not scroll anywhere. So it is fixed position and you have to design those icons one below another. You can keep the icons one below another or so one beside another. Suppose you can search it. Here you will get the icons. But be careful, class names will be little different. Suppose Facebook, I am searching for Facebook. You can see this is Facebook icon. When I select that Facebook icon, and you can observe that this icon related class name may be different. You cannot try with the same class like FA and FA Facebook. You see, it is not FA, it is FAB. It is FAB and FA Facebook. Even you miss that, so then it will fail. That's the reason you have to follow that correctly. Understood? That is where you will face the problems. You have to check the complete classes. So then you can create such toolbars easily. And you know that how we can arrange side by side or one below another. Yesterday we learned if we want to keep this one below another, by default they are one below another. So if you want side by side, then we can keep display flexible. So this is very important for a web developer. Every day now, when you are working and designing with so lot of designs, you have to use them, symbols, you have to use them by using Fontawesome only. Anywhere you can use this now. Anywhere you can use this now. Suppose, see, I will keep a header. I am keeping a header. And for this header, I am giving a heading like Amazon shopping. And in this heading, I will keep the alignment, align center. You can keep through CSS or anywhere. So here we put a span. And here we put a class as FA. And FA, we have shopping cart. I defined as a shopping cart. Shopping cart. FA shopping cart. So I defined this and I saved it. And you can see that that symbol will come. We can keep anywhere. It's not only list. Anywhere you want the symbol, you can design, you can configure and do that. So this is basically used in web designing. And we need to be perfect in that. So how we can get a different icon for every item? For that, by default, you don't have any facilities. Even through CSS also, you don't have that facility. Then what you can do is you can import from third party. You have to download the Fontawesome, and you can use that in your project. So this is how we can handle the ordered and unordered list, right? Which industry you know, Mr. Neeraj Chaudhary? Film industry, yeah? Don't use such complicated words so that people may think that you are genuine real world developer. Right. So what is used in your industry, that concept only we will discuss in class. Understood? What is not used in your industry, we will not learn that here. Okay? Right. Now the point is, ordered and unordered list can be transformed into this. And for that we need this Fontawesome. I told you, not only Fontawesome, so many will be there. Like you have an option, material UI. Material UI. So you see, this is material UI. So material UI. It is used popularly with React, Angular, like people use this material UI. They also provide you a lot of icons, symbols. So even website templates. So that means ready-made, so many options are provided. So these are very popular. So many third parties will be there. And because these are very complex, we don't want other than symbols and icons, then we can go with simple Fontawesome. Generally, several other components are provided. Those components we can get and you can use. That you will learn in Bootstrap also. You will see that. So that is basically ordered list and unordered list. Next important, after understanding the various types of lists, we learned about data list. So we learned about details and summary. So how we can keep them. And we learned about ordered and unordered list. Now we need to know some options related to text formatting. So we need to know about text formatting. Text formatting means how to change the font, how to change the font size, how to change the color, how to change the other effects, styles and effects, how you can change them. All this comes under the text formatting. So font, size, color, styles, effects, all these text formatting options. Now, many times people ask this also, like, can I change the color of this symbol? Why not? Why not you can change the symbol? If CSS you can change, separately you can change, because that is just a character. So if you change the CSS, that means, for example, suppose here, I will give one more technique. Observe here. This is list item. I will write list item with a class called, this is called class called hover. That means when mouse pointer is hover. So this is class. Class is added by using colon. When mouse pointer is over, so class advantage is it can change dynamically. Classes will change dynamically. When mouse pointer is over, I will use background color as black. And I will change the color as white. So that is the option. That means you see now, when I move the mouse onto it, the color will change. Just like highlighting the content. When we move the mouse onto it, it will change it. So mouse over, so the color will change. You can have a separate color for that symbol also. So you can change the color. By using the font option, you can change it. The basic color of the symbols we can change by using that. Now, many times the question is why you are using colon. Because hover is a class, and to apply a class to any element, so you have to use colon. What is the specialty of class? Class can control your element dynamically. For different situations, it can control that dynamically. That means now these effects will be applied only when mouse pointer is over. You can change cursor also, like you can write cursor as grab cursor. Grab cursor means nothing but, so you will have a hand symbol like, you can see grab cursor means you will have a hand symbol like. You will have a hand symbol like. So when mouse is over, hand symbol like will come. When mouse is out, pointer will be there. Pointer will be there. That's the symbol. Cursor also we can change. So this kind of appearance is very, very regular, right? So we can add that. So if you want to individually change the text effects, then we have to use the options text formatting. Font, size, color, how to change them. In text formatting, first option we have font. Font is used to change 3 attributes are there: face, size, and color. You can change with font. Face means like Arial, like Times New Roman, Times New Roman, like this. This comes under font faces, script. So many font faces will be there. And size, you can define the font size from 1 to 7 levels. 7 levels only. You cannot give more than that. If you want more than that, you have to go with style. You can give color. You can define the colors. Colors I will tell you. So currently we can use color name. So various options also we will discuss here. Generally, this is the font face size. Remember, you can apply for single character. You can apply for a word. You can apply for paragraph. Everywhere you can apply. So where you start, where you end, that matters. For example, suppose I want to change the font style of this Amazon shopping heading. Then what you have to use is for this Amazon shopping. So that word, you have to enclose that word in a font tag. In a font tag. And here, currently, it doesn't have any special difference. It is just kept inside it. It's just kept inside it. Font have an attribute, face. We can use font face. Different types of font faces. You can get that information from your control panel. Open your control panel. So in the control panel, you can see various fonts installed in your computer. Various fonts installed in your computer. And you can use those fonts. Here some standards are there, some important points are also there, I will tell you. So you can see there is a fonts folder inside it. You click on that fonts folder. It will show you the list of all the fonts installed. Whatever the fonts are there installed, it will show the list of all the fonts installed. And you can use those names. So it is opening, it is searching the fonts. And you can use those names in your project. Right. So that means in your font names. You can get that from your notepad, wordpad like editor also. When you open a font option, you can see the list of font names there. And you can use those fonts in your application. Right? You see, these are all the font names. You can use any. Suppose there is a font called here. So like brush script empty. There is a font called brush script empty. So like chiller regular. So now here I am writing. So the font face, chiller regular. That is the font face I am defining. And you see here, so in that the font changes like this. We can give a different font for that. You can apply for a word, you can apply for a character, you can apply for entire paragraph. So you have to define that by using font face. You can use different fonts. You can apply for individual characters also. Suppose I want to change the font of this H character in home. Then I will keep here a font and only that H I will type there. And I will keep here face is equal to, I say some chiller regular like this. That means it will affect that only for that H character. You can see only for that H character it will affect, not for all of them. So you can apply for entire word, you can apply for entire paragraph. That means where you end, that matters. Where you start it, where you end it, that matters. You can put fonts. In interviews, one important question is asked, and you have to remember this. So you are using a font called some chiller regular. Is this font available to everyone who is using Windows? What do you say? Is it available to everyone who is using Windows? What do you say? Is it available? So, no, it may not be available. It may not be available. Why? Because some fonts are added according to the applications we have in our PC. Some fonts are not there. Then you designed and used this font, and in his computer he don't have that font. Then it cannot show in that appearance. Then it will use a default appearance. So that's the reason better not to use rare type of fonts. Use standard fonts which are available across every computer. Now in interviews, the question is, so in question they ask like, what are web safe fonts? Web safe fonts. So this point you will learn in CSS also. Web safe fonts are nothing but these are the fonts which will run, which can work on every machine, any device, mobile, any operating system, any browser. So what are those fonts? The web safe fonts are, their names are sans serif, and monospace. These are called web safe fonts. These three are web safe fonts. Sans serif, serif, monospace. That means if you tried a font and that font is not available on his computer, then automatically it will change that appearance into sans serif. So the first priority is given to this sans serif. If sans serif is not working, it will go to serif. If this is also not there, monospace. There is no question like these three will not be there. If these three are not there, then the font at all not there. So 100 to 100% in every machine you will have this, and they cannot be removed also. They cannot be removed. So that is the reason these are the standard fonts. We call them web safe fonts. That means, so if you designed a special font and that font is not available, then obviously, so these fonts will be applied. So that is why we call them web safe, right? Next, font size. Font size, heading already have a size. For normal content, font size you can define. So suppose how you define the font size. In 7 levels you can use. Suppose I am creating a div here, and here I said, welcome to HTML. And here I am copying this. So, and yeah, I will keep in a font. And here we are using font face is some Arial. Okay, here welcome to HTML. And by default, you can see that is there, welcome to HTML. I want to increase the size. I'm using size. By default, size attribute 3. That means if you give 3, you will not see much difference inside it because by default it is 3. You will not see any difference there. You can increase and give up to 7, 6 I given, and font size will increase little. I can give maximum 7 levels, and font size will increase. That is 7. I cannot give anything other than that. Even if I give 8 or 9, and it will not have any difference in that. You can see it's not changed, it's same. So even you give 29, so then it will be same. It will not change. The maximum is 7. So we can give 7 levels only in HTML. Others, any size you can give by using styles, CSS. Here we can give the size. We can grow small also. So it will go smaller. Font size, by default, it will be like 3. So you can change the font size. Color, you can change the color. Suppose I'm defining the color. So color is equal to, so any color, some red. And the color name, you can see that is applied there. Later I told you, we will learn how to give colors in CSS. So in various options, that means we can give color names, hexadecimal, RGB, RGBA. We will learn in CSS how do we define the colors. But in HTML, colors are supported with color name and hexadecimal. That is the reason we have to learn hexadecimal colors also, because in HTML it is used. So generally, you can apply, for example, this H, I will apply here color as red, and you can see that the font color will be changed for that particular text, red color only for that particular character. So suppose I want to change color of this shopping cart, then what to do is we have to go to that span. Where is that span? Yeah, this is the shopping cart span. So in that shopping cart span, so that span is the symbol. I can keep that in a font, that span in a font. And here we can give, suppose I said color is equal to some blue. And you can see that. So we can apply the color for that. You can enclose in a font and you can define. So you can keep color for those symbols and icons also separately. So this is basically font with 3 attributes. Now colors, when you are applying in HTML, you can apply color name to hexadecimal. There are other techniques, but with CSS you will learn. HTML supports these 2 by default. So name and hexadecimal. Hexadecimal is nothing but, how do we write hexadecimal? Hexadecimal colors, because